Guru, how do I move from flirtation to love to devotion? This question is from Kirtika from Mumbai.
Oh. See, why, on one level, why one chooses to be flirtatious rather than just fall in love is, there is a certain fear of engagement. There is a certain fear of involvement and entanglement. But the need to connect is still there, so you want to simply like that. A little more means you may get caught. So flirtation is coming from a fundamental sense of insecurity. They will not accept this, I know. They'll say, no, we are more… Because it's… people think if you're flirtatious, you're more romantically alive. No. You will never know what is romance unless you're horribly in love with somebody. Yes, you will not know. Flirtation is coming from a certain sense of insecurity and fear that if I take one more step, I may get entangled. If you cross that, or if somebody helps you cross that, then love may happen. Love means, compared to flirtations, much less conditions. Flirtation is super conditional, very conditional. One mistake, it's over. Love means you can do silly things and still it is okay. When you're flirtatious, if you do silly things, they'll just say you're a silly fool and they'll go away. But if they're in love with you, when you do silly things, they think you're cute. Yes. When you see the sweetness of love, when you see that love seems to be a profound experience, at the same time so fragile that every day you have to hold it right, otherwise it will either become a fossil in your hands or… you know what's a fossil? I don't want to use, the parallel words in society. Your love might have become a fossil, fossilized. That means it cannot further change, there are no new possibilities, but it'll be there. Or it'll evaporate in your hands. So this problem is there. Because of this, another kind of insecurity comes, that… somebody was telling me this this is a much married man. He was telling me, Sadhguru, the problem is, when we marry a woman, we don't want her to change, we want her the same way. We married her when she was 18, we want her just the same way, always. But the problem with women is, they want you to change every day. A woman's complaint is her man is not changing. A man's complaint is a woman is changing. In body, mind, emotion, everything, she's changing. he is not changing enough for her. So it creates its own things and people go through pains and pleasures and problems and stuff. Because of your pain or problem, you cannot move into devotion. If the exuberance of love reaches its peak, you will become devoted. Devotion does not mean going to a temple, church or mosque, looking up to God and praying or something. Devotion means your involvement is total, unbridled, unconditional. Does not depend on what the other person is doing or not doing. Devotion need not even be about a person or a deity, it can be about anything. So somebody some time ago, somebody was saying, Sadhguru, you're a great Shiva devotee. I said, hey, when did you see me daily going to Shiva temple and doing Shiva puja daily morning? Did you see me? Every day in and day out, I'm sitting with people, all kinds of idiots. Endlessly putting my life out. I didn't say I'm a devotee of Shiva. My life is a manifestation of my devotion to the people that I know or I do not know, to the life around me. So devotion is not about something else. Devotion means your involvement is total. Your involvement is not conditional. Your involvement does not depend on what somebody else is doing or not doing, they're responding or not responding. You are 100% devoted. With this, your genius will unfold because emotion is a strong part of your existence, very strong. Even people who think they are very intellectual, actually they are more emotional than intellectual, but they like to think they're intellectual. If you tell them they are not, they'll get angry. That means they're emotional. Emotion does not mean just some sweet things flowing out of you. Anger is also an emotion, frustration is also an emotion, irritation is also an emotion. So, emotion rules most human beings. In most human beings, compared to body, mind, emotion and energy, emotion is still the most dominant force in most human beings. When it is so, transforming that into a place where it is not an impediment in your life is very important. You have a physical body, keeping it well, keeping it in such a way that it is not a daily concern, is it important? Hello? So you call this fitness, well-being, whatever. But it's very important, otherwise, if you don't keep this well, every day from morning to evening, your only concern will be this and nothing else. And the same is true with emotion. If you do not keep your emotion in the highest possible exuberance, it will impede everything else. Especially human genius has been horribly curtailed because of constipation of emotion. It doesn't flow, it is constipated. Only if I see this person, love. If I see this person, you become constipated. Why can't you look upon everything and nothing in a loving way? Because after all, it's yours. Hello? You being loving is your business, got nothing to do with anybody. You don't need anybody's permission. If you want to look at the sky lovingly, do you want to ask God's permission? Can I? No, you're always thinking love means you have to take something. That is not love, that is a mutual benefit scheme. Okay? Do not misunderstand mutual benefit scheme of you give me this, I'll give you that as a love affair. Love means your sweetness is overflowing. Maybe somebody inspired it in you. Maybe somebody was instrumental in making that happen in you, or you did it yourself. You are self-start or push-start, you can decide. But somehow you got started, that is good. Yes, somehow your emotions became sweet. So once you've tasted the sweetness of emotion, to make it unconditional is a natural longing, if you have sense. Even if you became or you experience the sweetness of emotion in a conditional atmosphere, once you have experienced it, to take it to a place where it is no more conditional, no more ruled by anybody, whether they're there, not there, somebody has to do this, somebody has to do that. To release it from that bondage is a natural, sensible progression. So from love to devotion, if you have known the profoundness of love and the deep sweetness of love, you cannot help becoming devout. Do not understand because this word has been used only in religious context. No. Tell me, anybody in this world, have they done anything absolutely significant in their life without being devoted to what they're doing? Whether it's business, art, music, spirituality, politics, anything. Nobody has done anything significant in this world without being absolutely devoted to it. Without devotion, your genius will not unfold. You are an impediment in your own life. You don't need outside help. You are self-imprisonment process and you are a very good warden, you will never let yourself get out. So this is why devotion, where the exuberance of your emotion rises to a pitch where nobody decides how it is, it just flows. When that happens, you're in devotion. And you must know the blissfulness of being devoted to what you're devoted to doesn't matter. You're devoted, that's all that matters.